more ideology, and almost no actual history. That's the upshot of the draft new NDP social studies curriculum. Now, the NDP has been rewriting the school curriculum in secret, behind closed doors. For some reason, they don't even want the public to know the experts who are being consulted in this curriculum rewrite. But David Staples, an Edmonton Journal columnist, managed to get a bootleg copy of the draft NDP K-12 social studies curriculum that had been circulated at a closed-door meeting. And it confirms what we've been suspecting from day one. It doesn't refer at all, not once, to Albertans or Canadians or our citizenship, but talks about Canadians as being, quotes, settlers. And it doesn't talk, based on the outline that we've seen in the past, if that holds true, it doesn't mention parliamentary democracy, our Westminster parliamentary institutions, the history of how they developed, the European roots of Canadian institutions, economic literacy, doesn't mention our military history, 118,000 Canadians who died in the defense of our country and our democracy. It has virtually no references to basic geography or financial literacy, but as I say, dozens of references to Canadians being settlers, to injustices in Canadian history. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think that the social studies curriculum should include some reference to historical injustices, but they should be included in a broader context of our real history, of how it is that we've managed to build one of the freest, most prosperous democracies in the world and in all of human history. But make no mistake, this draft curriculum that David Staples is reporting on is the result of a left-wing ideology that's partly based on this thing called intersectionality or critical race theory, an obsessive focus with people's racial or ethnic origins, and with what the Australians call black armband history, an obsessive focus on historical injustices as opposed to an actual objective and balanced historical narrative about how our society came to be. That's why I've said from the beginning that if the NDP tries to foist this kind of an ideological and unbalanced curriculum on Alberta students, that a future Conservative government will shred that curriculum. And we will go back to the drawing board and consult openly with parents and with experts to develop a balanced curriculum focused on teaching critical knowledge and skills, in the case of social studies, to provide a sense of basic civic literacy about our history, our institutions, our values, our geography, so that young people are equipped to be informed citizens so they can make their own decisions, come to their own conclusions about political and ethical questions rather than being told by the NDP what to think.